Hi guys and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the French T10 light tank. It is the wheeled vehicle, the one and only, probably the most annoying tank in the game, at least what many people say. For me it's probably the artillery, but this tank is also very hard to hit, and like I've had battles where I spot everyone and then people get so mad that they PM me and tell me to get COVID-19. So yeah, this is a nice tank. Sorry about that. So today I'm going to compare this tank to the standard French light tank, the AMX 1390. So the setup that I've got on this tank, I've got skill as the main commander, and I've got almost 5 perks on it. I've got all the view range perks, camo, and brothers in arms. And then as my radio operator, I've got this reward lady. I've also got brothers in arms, camo, and the view range perk. So that combined with the bounty equipment, or I don't know what do you call these, the improved equipment, I'm getting 460 meters of view range, which is, I'll say, it's really nice for a tank that only has 350 base. Concealment on this is over 45%, which is insane. For example, on my AMX is only 39, but the spotting is 500. Mobility, obviously this is the best mobility in the game, 887, like almost 100 more, actually more than 100 than the standard tracked vehicle. Survivability is low as for any light tank. Gun handling, 1 second aiming time, 0.33 dispersion and 2.5 average damage, I'll say. Whilst my AMX has 2 seconds aiming time, 0.37 and 2.4k average, but obviously this is an auto loader and the gun on this is much nicer, as you get 234 millimeter of penetration and this one only gets 190. What else can I say about this tank? Oh, my performance in it hasn't been that great. I'm only doing 1.7 average and 1.7 assistance damage, whilst in the normal AMX I'm doing 2.4 average damage and 1.7 assistance as well. But I've only played 33 battles in this, whilst in the ebr105. Now, how to get to this tank? Basically you need to go and get the ELC AMX and then just follow this wheeled line. I'll say that the tier 6 is quite bad, it's slow, the gun is decent, but the traverse speed is really bad. Tier 7, I enjoy this vehicle a lot, very nice high explosive, and I use that all the time. Tier 8, didn't really like it. Tier 9, I just kept it with bond, with the fragments, and I went straight to tier 10. Now, after this, let's get into some gameplay, and I'm going to show you the 2 best battles that I had in this tank so far. I still haven't been able to ace it, and I've had battles when I've done over 5,000 damage and like 6 kills and still no ace tanker, so it's quite hard to ace. A lot of pros play this tank all the time, and I understand why. It's just a really good overall tank. The wheels on this tank, they're just insane as well. I've had moments when I crossed over the ridge, spotted like 15 enemy vehicles, they all shot me and I took no damage because everything went into the wheels. So it's quite, you get some really funny moments. Like I had a Leo 1 once shooting me like 4 times, while I was driving by him and shooting him with high explosives for 500, and he shot me 4 times and never did any damage to me, and then I killed him, which is insane. Okay, all that said, let's jump into some gameplay, and I'll see you guys in a second. So guys, here is my first battle in this tank. I mean the first battle that I'm going to show you today. And this is the battle when I managed to get the highest assistance damage so far in this tank. Obviously it's Prohorovka, 3 artillery. It's I love this map. I think it's a map where you can get some really good games in these lightly armored tanks. And here in the beginning I made like a crucial mistake. I forgot to activate the speed mode, so I was going a bit slower than I should have been going. But as you can see, this tank is supposed to be countered by normal light tanks, but I just spotted that guy like miles away. And I'm just trying to basically take shots at him with high explosives. Meanwhile, at the same time, spotting for the artillery. 3 artillery in this team. There's a lot of good things that we can do. Now I'm loading high explosives here, but I think that if I had loaded APCRs, I would have done a lot more damage in this game. This way it's just mostly assistant damage. Spotting the enemy EBR there, I'm just scared that that E4 will get a shot into me. But I'm just wiggling around everywhere. Not much happening at the moment, I'm just missing all my shots. Trying to spot a Type 5 for the artillery, I think, yeah, he just got shot. So I think that this is probably the best map overall for this tank. And yeah, our artillery is complaining that he's not doing enough damage, but I think that RP is the most overpowered and broken class in this game, more than the EBR. I'm just waiting still because I don't know where all the enemy tanks are, and I'm also trying to get rid of the light tanks that I have in the enemy team. Then I'm planning to make a run for it on 1-2 lines to see who's there. We've got a lot of snipers in the back as well. Still trying to get shots. Type 5 is getting wrecked, all that sweet assistant damage. It's already up to 1,900 pretty much. And, like, I'm not doing anything special here, I'm just driving. Yeah, that's why many people hate this tank. You just wait to get unspotted. But here, the E4 shots me with the APCR, and he hit my wheels, but sometimes I didn't absorb it, which is weird. And I spotted 277 back there, getting absolutely wrecked by everyone. Already up 3.1 thousand damage. But I'm feeling happy so far with the result. Wait for it, guys, there's a lot more coming. And I was actually very surprised I didn't ace the tank during this battle. So I'm going to need to keep trying. If I get any good replays, I'll re-upload them here, guys. Now I'm thinking that the enemy EBR is up the hill. The Rheinmetall Panzer is a one-shot kill, so my plan was to just go through the forest and spot everyone. Didn't know the Bashad was there and just look, got absolutely executed. Nothing worth that I'm going to drive out and finish him. Yeah, I'm going for him now. Speed mode activated. Got the 277 finished him off for me. And just look at this, this is where like the magic happens in this map. Just drive at full speed. Badger and the 268 version 4, one of the most broken tank destroyers, was spoiled in like 10 seconds up to 6.2 thousand damage, system damage, and the version 4 is taking now. E4 is spotted as well, it's gonna start taking fire as well. I'm not doing anything special, I'm just driving around. Badger is getting wrecked, absolutely wrecked. And yeah, here I should have had APCRs a long time ago. I will have done a lot more damage. Somehow the artillery is still going to shoot me though. I'm just trying to be as unpredictable as possible. But somehow the artillery is just, you know, very, very balanced for the game. They managed to get pretty much a direct hit. And I'm just so lucky with this shot. Yeah, all have been wiggling and going really hard and for them to suffer. Yeah, then all is good. I was hoping I could get one more shot in but no. 261 well done EBR. Yeah, I thought the game was over, but no, there's one more guy. Driving, hoping that I can still get him. I'm so happy that I'm typing in the chat. I was hoping this would be an ace tanker. And the battle panel says 11,000 assistance, but we will see, because I'll show you the post games. It's actually 13,000. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so here are the past battle results. As you can see, no ace tanker, but we did get a scout medal and a patrol duty, and this is like an insane patrol duty because we're top of the list by experience with 13,000 assistance damage. Insane. And then by damage, as you can see, our artillery, like this T92, has been doing a great job, the 261. And when we have a look at the enemy scouts, they'll Rahmatail Panzer 1.4, 0 damage, and he's actually a decent player, very experienced as well. And the enemy EBR, not as good, but still, he could have had a great game, but he just went up the hill and got killed. And after this one, let's jump into the second battle. It's also, I think it's 8,000 assistance damage, but this time I actually do some damage, and I thought we were going to lose, but I think I made some important plays that allowed us to win. See you guys. Okay, so this is the second battle, this time on Malinovka. Very good map again, especially when it's the standard mode. You get the push there, you can go up into this position and spot everyone crossing going up the hill, and when you have 2 tier 10 artillery supporting you, there's a lot of good things that you can achieve in a light tank like this. I'm going to start the battle by just trying to counter the enemy Sheridan. I'll go up here and see if I can spot him moving into the bush, but he's nowhere to be seen. So one more thing in light tanks, you need to be very patient. You are very useful at the end of the game when there are as many tanks alive, and this will be a good example in this battle, especially if you're in a large wide map like this one. It's very good when your team is losing and they start playing defensively. It's very good if they have a light tank in the team that can take most aggressive positions and spot the enemies advancing, and then your team just shoots them, and then obviously you can catch up and score and eventually win the game. And here I'm just hoping that the artillery is going to shoot at Type 5, but I think they're more focused on the 50M at the moment. But this is another very good position that you can take to get damage. and there will be a very funny moment soon. See that TVP there? And then look at the tank destroyers in our team, a platoon of FVs. Wait until the TVP pops again. He's not going to have a very good game, I can tell you that. T57, E5, 277, all of the heavy tanks are going up the hill, and then look, TVP. He didn't leave much, and I say affirmative in the chat, and wiggle my turret. Happy about that. Still requesting fire at the enemies. Unfortunately, I don't know what the artillery was doing while they were going up the hill. Usually when I'm playing in my heavy tank, as soon as I get spotted going up that hill, I get shot 3 or 4 times, but everyone in the enemy team, especially the artillery. Here I'm still in this bush, trying to see if I can get any more use of it, but I decided this time to try and counter or at least spot the enemy Sheridan. I think that he's in this bush here. Over here, and I'm going to put some blind shots in there with the high explosive munition soon. I don't know why I'm trying this with the E100. One thing about this tank is the penetration with APCRs 190. You will struggle to pen a lot of tanks. E100s, MAUs, Russian IS-7s and IS-4s. I was trying to track him there, but no luck. But also I forgot to mention the high explosives on this tank have like 105mm of penetration. They're perfect for one-shooting the artillery. Sometimes because of your reload, it's good that you one-shot them with high explosives. Going for that Sheridan. That wasn't a hit. And that wasn't a hit, so if he was there, he's obviously not there anymore. I'll try one more time, but no, he's not in the bushes. I think that at this point I'm going to try and spot the Jagdpanzer U100. Give that TVP something to shoot at. And I'm very confident in just driving in the middle of the field because everyone is spread at the moment. No one is expecting me to pop up here. When you're going at this speed, there's nothing they can do. And just look, I'm meant to be the tank with the least view range, but I'm just outspotting the Sheridan, no problem, because of that high concealment skill. At this point I was thinking about going for the enemy artillery, but then I spot so many times I decided to just fall back. And I can see that our heavy tanks on the hill are getting demolished. So I'm just gonna go and try and spot for my team when the enemies start coming down. We have the bad chat place ready to fire, the FB, E4, so there's a lot of use to get from. And I can get some damage myself as well. This is what I'm talking, 190mm of penetration, not enough. Even the 60 TP, he's got very weak sidearm. I can't do anything to him. Just look at that 277. Somehow the artillery is taking ages to shoot at them actually. And this Sheridan really scared me. As soon as we get rid of him, this game will be easy for us. But at this point I thought we were going to lose. Truth be told. And this is what I was saying earlier. When your team is losing, if they start intensively, you can be the one going in front, spotting enemies, stay unspotted, and just farm resistance damage. Look at this. It's insane how good light tanks can be later on in the game. especially ebrs with 100 kilometers an hour and the insane camo. I'm going to try to outspot that Leo again, because I think they're I'm a bit upset because it's just either missing every shot or just AFK not shooting anything. I'm going for that Leo and Sheridan. They're outspotting our tank destroyers in the back. Look at that Leo, I think he's gonna get wrecked. I really expect him to die here, but wheels, good suspension, and balanced EBRs. I was thinking here again, shall I go for the artillery, shall I spot the Jagdpanzer, but then I decided it's very important to hold the hill, so I'm going up there again. And the artillery, instead of holding their fire to shoot when I spot, they just blind fire, and then when I actually spot someone, they don't do anything. Like the E5 got taken out, and I'm going up to the sheriff. Very nice shot. That Leo just wants to get me. And see, people are saying that EBRs are overpowered, but look at this artillery hitting me at the speed and while I'm wiggling and changing direction. And this is when you get hit by the artillery while playing a light tank. Imagine when you're playing a heavy tank, like the E100 or the Mouse. Insane. I do think that artillery is good for the game, but I think that sometimes it's just when there's like hold down I7 and there's nothing you can do, then you're sure. But then at the same time, in most cases, you get like 3 artilleries per game, they focus you on Prohorovka in your mouse. It's not fun at all. I've had battles in heavy tanks when I lose like 90% of my hit points just because the artillery is shooting at me. And also, sometimes you carry a game hard and the artillery is the last one left alive and they just sit in the bush with their camo net and they just shotgun you. That should be impossible. I think that wargaming should make like a minimum distance, maybe I don't know, like 200 meters away, 300 meters away where the artillery can't shoot. 300 is too much, I'll say 200. So I mean, when I say that they can't shoot, it's like their gun needs to be, needs to have less gun depression, so they can't shoot you when they're going head in. And just look at this artillery, man. 60 TP spotted and they don't do anything. Good thing this platoon of FVs, they've been putting good shots in the end. And this is the moment where I think I'm going to make a run for the enemy artillery. As you can see, again, not much damage, but if I wasn't in this battle, we would have definitely lost it. 7,000 assistance damage. See, this is what I'm talking about, these high explosives. They're very effective and this tank is insane at shooting on the move. And I'll highly recommend to drop vertical stabilizer and use vents, because you don't need a stabilizer on this. As good as it is, and vents will improve your camo and your direction. 92, one shot, 500 damage. Just insanely good. I need to play the EBR more so I can get used to it and pace it and improve my average performance. And like the Leo one should be scared of me because my hash will go for him without any hesitations and crit, maybe even ammo rack him. I have a feeling that he went down the hill instead of the holding spot. He's not that quick to go up the hill. He jumps. I hate people like that. Now let's end the recording here, and then I'm gonna jump on into the post-game stats. So here are the post-game results. Again, not an ace tanker, but I wasn't expecting it this time. Again, scout medal, patrol duty, 8,000 assistance damage, 1.7 actual damage. Show this Leo ones, the Sheridan, artillery, 503 and 500 is sweet damage. And on top of the team by experience. Very good job by this guy. Actually, Arti did more damage than I thought they did. Super Conqueror, 0 damage on a map like this. That's a shame. Enemy team, they were doing a really good job up the hill, but then when they came down, I was just outspotting them, so not much they could have done. Let's check what the enemy Sheridan. Very good player, but Sheridans can't compete with EBRs, and somehow he's got 8 Kolobanovs. What tanks do they play? Doesn't matter. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. This is the longest video I've done so far, and I'm actually using some editing software to make it look more compact, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.